Hello, it's Casey Boylan-Henke here with Enchanted Sun Realty. And lately, the last couple days, I was posting and letting you guys know that I will be going live right now to discuss a topic about not renting anymore. There are so many renters out there and they just feel like they're spinning their wheels and wasting so much money in cash every single month, spending money on somebody else's mortgage for somebody else's mortgage. And I just want to kind of come on here, talk to you guys about our program here in New Mexico that offers first-time homebuyers incentives to get rid of renting and start buying. So I am going to go ahead and get started on this. So again, I'll be discussing how to stop renting and how to actually buy a house with as little as $500 down here in New Mexico. There are other programs elsewhere. I've talked to a lot of different realtors and mortgage lenders in different states, and they have similar programs, but this particular program is just for New Mexico. And there are different programs out there. So if you want to know if a program is offered in your state, please contact me and I can definitely get you that information of what the details are for that state. So first things first, we have what's called the First Home and First Down program here in New Mexico, and MFA offers it. It's the Mortgage Finance Authority here in New Mexico that offers this program. And basically, they have certain criteria that you have to meet in order to qualify for the First-Time Homebuyer program, and these are the kind of incentives that you can get. Right now, the current interest rate for MFA which is the first-time homebuyer program, is 3.75, which is pretty incredible because last year this time, the first-time homebuyers that I was helping get into homes was roughly about 5.25%, which is a huge difference in your monthly mortgage payment. And it allows you, the lower the interest rate, allows you to qualify for more of a home. So that is a huge thing. You can get more of a house for less of a payment with the smaller interest rate. So right now is a really, really great time to purchase a home. So once again, current interest rate is 3.75, and the regular FHA rate is 3.5, and conventional is 4.25, and both of those are based on a 700 credit score. So the cool thing is with first-time homebuyer, you literally only need a 620 credit score. A lot of the other programs they vary in rate, and the better your credit score is, the better interest rates you're going to get. But this one, you can have a 620 credit score or an 820 credit score. It does not matter. You are going to get the exact same rate as everybody else that's using that program. So right now it's a 3.75 with a 620 credit score, which is pretty incredible. You have to have $500 earnest money, and that is the only money that you actually have to put down. All the other programs, FHA, conventional, you have to have a whole lot more money down, typically 3% or more that you have to put down for those type loans. But for the MFA, you only have to invest $500, and that's typically your earnest money. And so $500 has to be your own. Other than that, you don't have to come up with it, and I'll explain kind of how that works here in a minute. You have to go through pre-purchase home counseling, and the lender can set you up on that. They have it locally, they have it online, and so you go through that, and it's really informative and helpful for you to do. And then it is exclusive to first-time home buyers, but there's a catch. If you have not owned a home within the last 3 years, you are now considered a first-time home buyer, and you would actually qualify for this program. So say if you sold your house and have been renting for the last 3 years, or moved in with somebody and they were paying, or the mortgage was under them, you can actually still buy a house as a first-time home buyer as long as it is considered your primary residence. So it's not just exclusive to never buying a home. It's you can actually possibly do it if you've owned a home before, just not within the last 3 years. It has to be your primary residence. There is income limits. I've had somebody that almost qualified for the program. They made about $1,000 too much to qualify for the program, so we had to bump them over to just the regular FHA loan. So there is an income limit that what you can make. And there is, I can actually go over the limit here in a minute of what that is. And so how this works, if only getting $500 down, is basically they have what's called this first down program. So you qualify for the first time homebuyer program, and then afterwards you can get this first down program, which they will give you up to $8,000 towards your closing costs and your down payment. And they just give you that money, and it's in a second loan. And that second loan is amortized over 30 years, so the payments are really small. Most of my customers, their payments are, depending on how much they actually get, are anywhere between $30 and $50 a month on top of their mortgage. And you can't get any personal loan for $8,000 for that little of a payment. So it's pretty incredible program. So that's kind of how they get you out of having to pay more than that $500, because they finance all of that cash that you would typically have to have at closing. They finance it in that second mortgage called first down. So you would have two mortgages. You would pay your first mortgage, and then you would pay that second mortgage up to the $8,000, however much you choose to purchase. I work with a builder in town, and I sell a lot of their homes to first-time home buyers, and they actually pay the closing costs for you. They'll pay up to 2% closing costs if you use one of their lenders. So you might be able to get out of paying so much and taking so much of that second loan, which is really helpful. So the more money that you can get paid for you, the better. And a lot of other first-time home buyers, if it's not new construction, I try to negotiate the seller to help pay for some of the closing costs, so you don't have to worry about as much money, and you can take less of that second loan, that $8,000, and take less of it, which is always helpful. So right now, just kind of I was going to go over a couple numbers for you. So say if you bought a $200,000 house, with MFA, your monthly payments would be about $1,339, and that is including that second mortgage. And if you took that much out, you're probably taking that $8,000 out. So your second loan would probably be about $50. So if you wanted to stay about the $1,000 a month range, which I've called plenty of apartment complexes in town, and where you don't get a garage, where you don't get more than 2 bedrooms, where you share walls with neighbors, all of that stuff. And most of the rent is about $1,000, if not more. It could be $1,100 or something, and it's just crazy to think that you could be paying rent or you could buy a house. So most people's rent in this town is probably about $1,000 a month. You can buy around $145,000, $150,000 home for $1,000 a month with the MFA program. So it's pretty incredible program, and a lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of people don't realize that they qualify because they think their credit is shot. They think it's too low, but we have credit repair people that we work with that actually help your credit, and we can work through the process. I've worked with customers for up to a year working on their credit to get it to the right spot to where they need it, which is really, really helpful for them. And they've gotten to a house and we've given them the keys, and they thought that day would never ever come, which is pretty much the most exciting thing ever, to know that you've worked hard at it, you know that you can do it, and we will help you. There are people that are out there that will help you get you into that house and help you build your credit to get there. And so, like I said, you only need $500 earnest money. You need a minimum of 620 credit score. You need to do a pre-purchase home buyer counseling. It has to be exclusive to first-time home buyers, or you can't own a home for the last 3 years. It has to be your primary residence, and there is an income limit to what you can do. And then with all of that, you can get up to $8,000 towards your closing cost and down payment towards assistance. And I have multiple lenders that I actually work with that are exclusive, or not exclusive, that are they work with mainly first-time home buyers that know this program inside and out, that can get you qualified or let you know where you stand if you're interested in buying and to be done with renting. So if you want, hit me up in the DMs and ask me for their lender's information, and I can set you up with one of them to see about seeing if you qualify. And if you have any other questions about it, or you want any more counseling about this first-time homebuyers program, please let me know. I have a few different buyer guides as well to kind of get you set up. So if you want any buyer's guides and help getting into this first-time homebuyer territory, because it is a very scary world, and there's a lot of responsibility with buying a house, and some people just don't think that they're ready for it, but financially or their credit scores. So let me help you trying to get into that and get situated. So if you do have any questions, hit me up in the DMs and let me know. And let me know if you want my buyer's guide, and I will be happy to send it to you. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this was informative and helpful. And if you do have any questions at all, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.